Hello and welcome to the TechHub.training Alteryx Workplace Wellness Wave Challenge. Today we're going to be walking through the solution and how you can go ahead and build it. So to start, let's look through the document. First, we know that as we roll into spring, we are in charge of preparing the office wellness activities for the summer. Each person in the office has their own idea of what fun wellness activities look like, so it's your job to decide which activities would be best received by your coworkers. Luckily, every year the company sends out a survey asking employees which activities they enjoy and keeps an Excel file of all the responses. Each of the employees is allowed to answer yes or no to indicate if they would like to participate in the activity or not. Your job is to use this year's 2024 survey data to determine when activities should be planned, or which activities should be planned. So first we're going to begin by opening up Alteryx. We can use an input tool to go ahead and attach that data. I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop the data file in, and I am going to select the 2024 data. Let's go ahead and run that and just make sure that it's pulling what looks to be the right data. You can see we have the activities across the top, employee number down the left side, and whether or not they would like to participate in the data in the activity by answering yes or no. So let's start and let's make this data manageable. We're going to start by using a transpose tool, and we are going to make this readable by taking the following steps. Inside the transpose tool, we will set the employee ID as a key column and leave the rest of the columns as data columns. Let's go ahead and run this and see what it does to the information. As you can see, what it does is it keeps the employee ID, creates a new column called activity name, and identifies each activity and whether or not the employee said yes or no. This is a pretty cool function because what it allows us to do is allows us to take the data straight in a single column and be able to add it up. So next, we are going to use a filter tool to sample whether or not people want to participate. So we're going to say if the value is equal to y, and run that, and then we should have all of our yeses in the top and all of our no's coming out of the bottom. We can then simply use a summarize tool. We can group by the activity name, and we can count the value. And what this should give us is it should give us the activity and how many people want to participate. All right, let's go back and read the next set of instructions from the document. It says count how many employees would participate in each activity. We've just done that by using our summarize tool. We know that oftentimes employees say they will participate but never end up participating. From past years' experience, we know that 85% of employees who say they will participate actually do. To get an accurate count for this year, calculate 85% of the employees who said they will participate. Make sure we're only counting whole people. Obviously, we can't have a half a person participate. So, what I'm going to choose to do is in this situation, I am going to make sure that the data coming out is an integer. So let's use a formula. We'll output it in the count column. And we'll take the count and multiply it by 0.85. As you can see, the output is already going to be an integer. So if we run that, it returns only whole people. Returning to our instruction sheet, it says determine the top 5 activities most want to participate in and the number of employees who would participate, and the top 5 activities that are least well received. So let's start by using a sort tool. We'll sort by the count in descending order, which should give us the highest number at the top, moving all the way down to the lowest number. and then we will use a sample tool to select the first 5 rows. Now, we could use an output tool to output this into an Excel sheet, but we're just going to use a browse tool for the sake of this time. And it said that it also wants to know the top 5 activities that are least well received. Well, that means we're basically going to have to run through this whole process again. So I can actually just take this and copy it and paste it directly on to the false side of our filter tool. And if we run this, it's going to group by the activity name, count how many people want to participate, multiply it by 0.85, it will order it, and it will give us our first 5 rows. Once again, we can use a browse output tool. And if we run this one final time, we can see that the 5 activities employees most want to participate in is hiking, yoga, art, a bike to work, and a fitness challenge. And the activities they least want to participate in are dance, service, meditation, a walking club, or team sports. Once again, thank you for joining us on this walkthrough of the Alteryx Workplace Wellness Wave.